What's up, everybody? Good morning. How y'all doing? It is your Diva and Knowledge, Lady Mocha, represent Mocha's Cafe de Paris, where I'm always serving you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. Again, I want to thank all of my subscribers. I appreciate y'all so much for all the positive energy, for still being supportive, attending my chats. I just really want to say I'm grateful and I'm very appreciative of each and every one of you, even if I don't comment to every little reply under my video. I still want to let each and every one of y'all know I appreciate y'all. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and that you hit the notification bell. I know some of y'all have not been getting notifications, so please make sure that you have your notifications set for all instead of personalized. And sometimes you have to unsubscribe and just resubscribe right away. That way you can refresh your subscription, I guess, because YouTube is doing some crazy ass stuff lately. But nevertheless, this is my segment, Ask Mocha, in which I have subscribers who will email me if they want some advice about something, or if they need my opinion about a certain situation. And I'm always trying to look out for y'all the best of my ability. So with that being said, I'm going to read this email that I have received from a subscriber of mine. I'm going to call it Feeling Mr. Mr. Hopeless, Mr. Hopeless, because out of respect, I'm not going to give away his email information or his name or anything like that. I just know people could be really shady these days, and sometimes you can't reveal your personal information, especially publicly, because you don't know who in these YouTube streets. So I'm just calling him Mr. Hopeless so I can try to keep his information discreet. Also, for anybody else, you're welcome to send an email as well. And, don't be afraid to break a sister off. A little Cash App helps, you know what I mean? Because we are, a lot of content creators, especially when it comes to responding to personal emails, that means we're putting our time into trying to help you with your situation. So, just don't be afraid to help a sister out here and there. If you're really in a position not to do so, don't let that discourage you from emailing me. I'm just that kind of person. I'm going to look out for you anyway to the best of my ability and try to help you out with your situation. So, let's move forward right along. This is the Ask Mocha segment, when a subscriber personally emails me about a situation. So, with that being said, it's the email that I have received. Oh, what in the world? Somebody just kicked me out my own email. So the email goes as follows. Hello, I have a situation I've been dealing with for 3 years. I'm a married guy with one child, an 18-year-old daughter. Like me, I got my one 19-year-old. My brother-in-law been involved with a female that he has 5 kids with. They lost their home and then moves in with us for the upteenth time, but I knew this was the straw that broke the camel's back for him. Cause he is tired of always having to go live with my big sis, my wife, is damaging his ego and pride. While living with us, he found an out of town job and left his baby mama with us. Anyway, it's been 3 years and she hasn't done anything like trying to get a job. My bro-in-law started another unstable family while in another state, and so the relationship is over, and now she has become our problem. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure I follow. My brother-in-law started another unstable family while in another state. Okay, and so their relationship is over, and now she has become our problem. The problem is bad. They have destroyed the room I let them stay in. I had to replace furniture twice. The mom screams and yells and curses at the kids all day. I have no peace. She is a moocher, a freeloader, or a compulsive liar. She has nasty habits. I tell you, I tell her how to get rid of shitty Pampers properly, but she regresses back quickly to just dumping them in the trash without putting them in a bag, or I'll find them in the room under stuff sometimes. She just meets these sketchy, scamming type of loser guys instead of finding a job. She takes advantage of my wife because my wife's heart goes out to her and the kids, but the baby mama is taking advantage. I had to bail her out of jail. Wow. And she can't even be woman enough to let me know she can or can't pay me back. She knows I'm ready for her to go. She doesn't help to pay any bills whatsoever. She always uses my wife's bank cards to have to get stuff. I don't like that because she gets comfortable and tries to get alcohol and shit so she can get drunk. She leaves the house and never asks us if such and such can watch the kids. If we call while she's out, she'll say she's on her way but won't see her for hours or until next day. When I express how pissed I am to her, we are tripping. She plays victim a lot. She is always blaming others for her situation. I'm at my wit's end. I feel like a better male in my own home. Can imagine. I was trying to help her by agreeing to let her stay here, knowing it wasn't going to be good. Her background is hell. I get it. She is from a family of drug users, crack, cocaine, etc. She's very argumentative and doesn't use reasoning. She gets offended really easy when told how she is moving. She acts so immature for 30 plus years of age. All the females in the family enjoy her company because she talks like a ghetto teenager that's not so quite bright. She always says somebody's helping her with this and that, but nothing ever comes to fruition. It's just but more and to give us sense of hope that she is moving out. Okay, he's saying it's just to buy more time and to give us a sense of hope that she is moving out. Okay. This is toxic. If you don't mind, could you share some insight on this in general on your platform? I know I'm not the only one who have to deal with this, but I can't find this issue on YouTube. I hope this gives you a good visual of what I'm dealing with. Thank you. Any questions, just hit me back. Oh, goodness, Mr. Hopeless. You damn sure need to cash at me on this one. Oh, my gosh, bro. And the thing about it is this happens a lot. It's a lot of black families that are dealing with these damn female pookies. Yes, female pookies exist. And it sounds like to me, you got yourself a female Pookie. We call them Peaches and Nene, but I'm going to call her a damn female Pookie. That's what y'all basically have. So with that being said, we're going to break down the elements of the situation. Sounds like to me, basically, you call yourself trying to be supportive of your wife and your wife's brother. Okay? And sometimes, in many cases, you take a gamble when you help out family members, especially those who are unstable, family members who don't have their shit together. You basically rolling dice when you give them access to your home, just based on the strength that as a grown-ass man, he had to come and live with y'all. And not only did he have to come live with y'all, he had to bring his baby mama and his children. Okay, and don't get me wrong, everybody has fallen on hard times before. You know, me and my husband had years ago before we became homeowners. And we had to resort to having to stay with my in-laws. And that was not easy. And when I tell you, I made a vow to myself, if I were to ever get my own home again, I would never put myself back in a position where I have to stay with in-laws. It can get really messy. It can get complicated because it goes both ways. You can get used when you take people in. And also you can get used when you have to go stay with other people. So I would recommend to anybody at all costs, if you can, avoid having to move in with anybody, and definitely avoid having to have anybody to come stay with you, because it can get really, really complicated. So it just sounds like to me that Mr. Hopeless, you basically called yourself trying to look out for your wife, because you love her enough, and her family is your family, which, I think that's big of you on that, or whatever, because I already told my husband his family can't never stay with us. And I might feel that way now, but I pray to God it never comes to that position where family will have to move in. But nevertheless, back to your situation. So basically, sounds like you got a female Pookie. Y'all are not near as unstable as she is. Y'all just had y'all one daughter, which is practically grown, and here it is. You had to take in your brother-in-law. That's involved with a female that has 5 kids. Now you said here, because I'm going to read every little spectrum of your, I got to go back and read certain parts because I got to break down the elements. This was a lot to take in. You said they lost their home and moves in with y'all for the upteenth time. But I knew this was the straw that broke the camel's back. Now, we have to pause at that part. You said for the umpteenth time, meaning that he's already lived and stayed with y'all before. Like I said, when you make yourself the rescuer, meaning that every time a family member gets themselves in a situation in which they have to come back and live off of you because they got evicted again or still not paying their rent, this already lets you know this particular person's character, that they just cannot keep their shit together. Now, when you said umpteenth time, I'm already looking at y'all with the side eye, because there's just no way in the world you should keep supporting a family member that has already displayed that they unstable and that they are irresponsible. Like I said, we all fall short on hard times, but when you said umpteenth time, this is a concern for me, and even as a married person, sometimes when you want to support your significant other, it means that you don't want to reject your significant other's family. I understand the loyalty that you have to your wife, but at the same time, this is causing problems for y'all marriage, because again, this is not the first time y'all took these people in. So y'all already did it once, twice, from what you're telling me, a couple of times. So at this point, Mr. Hopeless, you really don't owe your wife's family no more assistance and no more help. And if your wife had any compassion for you in your marriage, she would not allow y'all to keep opening y'all home to her brother-in-law. To her brother. I don't care how much she loves him, how much she supports him. As a married woman, you should be able, to tell when your husband is being overwhelmed. Me personally, like I said, I've been married every bit of 20 plus years. I know if somebody, I know if my husband is way in over his head, basically. When he's overwhelmed, when he's stressed out. This is something that you have to pick up on as a spouse and vice versa. My husband knows there's just certain things I'm not going to deal with. He knows I'm a very funny person. My husband knows I don't like all kind of people staying in my house. I don't like company wearing out their welcome. My husband knows I'm a very, very funny person, individual. So when it comes to situations like this, he already knows not to even put me in this type of position, because he knows I'm the kind of person, I will lash out, I will go off. I'm not going, you know what I'm saying, just sit there and go along with it for the sake of him and his family. I don't mind helping here and there when somebody going through for a moment, but this umpteenth time thing, to me, is a concern, because y'all have already helped them several times. So, like as the saying goes, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. At this point now, y'all are allowing yourselves to be used now. It's not even on your brother-in-law and his Pookie female, companion. It's basically y'all are at fault now at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because I can see if this was the first time and you was caught off guard, but y'all knew exactly what y'all signed up for, because y'all done already experienced this. And again, it just sounds like to me your wife is basically the one that is condoning a lot of this, because again, you're married into the family, but this is her brother and her brother's burden that he left on y'all lap. Now, if she's not wise enough, and this is not to saw her put her down, but the woman in her should not be consistently enabling her brother. You know what I mean? And you got some spouses sometimes, you know, as a husband, as a wife, your spouse don't always think the way you think. They don't always perceive things the way you perceive things. And it just sounds like the sister's kind of like a pushover. And that's something y'all may have to discuss, you know what I mean? Because at this point, y'all don't owe them anything else. Y'all have been very consistent in helping them, and unfortunately now it's going to cost y'all peace, and it's going to cost y'all privacy, and it's definitely going to start weighing in on your marriage. Okay, so like I said, y'all, it seems like this ain't the first time y'all had to dig him out the hole. And as you further stated, he's tired of always having to go live with big sis, my wife. It's damaging his ego and pride. While living with us, he find an out-of-town job and left his baby mama with us. Now, I want to pause right here. You said he is tired of always having to come live with his big sis. I don't think he's tired. Sound like y'all got a male Pookie and a female Pookie. Sound like you like a Pookie and Ray Ray and Peaches and Nene. You got you a Pookie and you got you a Nene. So you got your Pookie couple on your hands. He ain't tired because evidently this is not the first time. He sounds like a loser to me because, like I said, it's different if it would have been one time. The fact that he has to constantly coming back, he ain't tired enough yet. Because when a person is really tired of their circumstances, they will do whatever they have to do to avoid having to come back and start all over and keep putting themselves in the same situation. So he's not tired. Y'all have a Pookie male and a Pookie female. And it is not damaging his ego and pride. Because you, Mr. Hopeless, you are a grown man. You don't have a house full of children. You and your wife are stable. Y'all been living in y'all same home for years, evidently. Which is why the brother-in-law, Pookie and Nene, his baby mama, have to consistently keep moving in with y'all and staying with y'all. So you have pride, but you have enough pride not to put you and your wife in a struggle situation. Does not sound like Pookie has any pride to me, because he would not have to keep coming back staying with y'all, inconveniencing y'all. You said while living with y'all, he found an out-of-town job and left his baby mama with us. Now, this goes to show you that your brother-in-law is Pookie to the third damn power. What grown man has the audacity? See, this is why I said your wife, if she cannot see that her brother has no respect for her, he does not appreciate all the times y'all have bailed him out. The fact that he would be willing to leave his pregnant girlfriend on y'all. Now, if that ain't some sucker shit, I don't know what is. Because that's definitely a Pookie ass move for him to leave. Be just that inconsiderate. How you leave a whole nother human being with 5 other children? Who does that? Like I said, your brother-in-law is a user. Let's just call it what it is. He's a user and he's a loser because he's too grown. We all grown folks up in here. I'm not the bakery. I'm not finished sugarcoat nothing. Your brother-in-law is a user and a loser. That's what it sounds like to me. He left this woman on y'all. He wasn't even man enough that at least when he left, take your baggage with you. I don't care if he would have had to drop his baby mama off to a homeless shelter or on one of her family members. This already a red flag. You know, and it's messed up that your brother-in-law would do you and would do your wife this way after y'all done been there for him so many times. I would probably be more pissed with him than her because, see, that's your wife, brother. You get what I'm saying? So, you further indicated he started another unstable man family while in another state. So their relationship was over, and now she has become our problem. Okay, so the brother-in-law Pookie basically left his baggage on y'all, and this fool went and started a whole nother family. Y'all better pray to God that he don't come back and bring her on y'all too, and y'all gonna have two women staying there. Cause he just sounds like the type of dude, he has no goddamn filter and he does not handle his business. So this is just how messed up the situation is. You cannot make this shit up. This just goes to show, every time you going through something, you think you got it bad, there's people out there who got it worse than you. So the brother-in-law basically left his baggage on y'all, and he started a whole nother family. So now y'all are left with his burden. Basically, you further go how his baby mama is basically still living with y'all, how they destroying y'all house. Y'all had to replace furniture. The kids are off the chain. They have behavioral issues because she yells and screams and cusses all day. You have no peace in your own house. And one thing about me, honey, I refuse to not have peace in my own house. Something that I was paying a mortgage for, something that I'm paying the property taxes on. Oh, absolutely not. Because let me tell you something, when you leave these doors, when you got to go work these jobs, it's not no peace always on these jobs. Your home is your sanctuary, and it's very important that you are at least able to come home to a peaceful, quiet environment. So you up here having to replace stuff. You said she's a moocher. Duh. We agree on something. A freeloader and a compulsive liar. She has nasty habits. I tell her to get rid of shitty Pampers. She won't even throw out the shitty Pampers. She's putting the Pampers not outside, but leaving them inside the house in the trash can, which causes an odor. I can only imagine that. And then sometimes she's so trifling, you find them stuffed anywhere. You find shitty Pampers not even in the trash can. She stuffs them anywhere. You got you a gut bucket ass broad. This is why the brother-in-law left her. He don't even want her. She's not even a woman. She's straight ghetto garbage trash. And for one, you shouldn't have had to been the one to tell her about her shitty Pampers. That's something the wife should have been doing. Maybe your wife is doing that. Maybe y'all both are doing it. But certain situations as a man, sometimes you have to avoid being the one to always confront the female. It'd be different if your wife wasn't there all the time or whatever. But it just sounds like you the one dealing with the majority of this. You know, from what you're telling me, unless you forgot to include certain things. She just meets these sketchy scammer type of loser guys instead of finding a job. In other words, she's trying to find a captain, save him. She ain't trying to get no job. She's trying to find another man that's a loser and user, just like your brother-in-law. She's trying to find somebody that's going to save her. And the odds of that these days, that's not going to happen. It's not too many dudes, you know what I'm saying, that's going to pick up a female who has 5 children and living with somebody else. So it just pretty much sounds like, you know what I mean, she's at a loss. You further indicated she just she meets, like you stated, sketchy type of guys, because you got to realize she's just meeting men that are her own kind. She's also sketchy, and she's also a scammer type of female. She's a low common denominator female, so 9 times out of 10 she's going to pick up a low common denominator dude. She's not going to pick up no high value man or any of that. So just be prepared that whatever guy she meets, he's going to be on loser status, low level status, just like her. You further stated she takes advantage of your wife. That's kind of your wife's fault. That is your wife's fault. Cause you said your wife has a heart that goes out to her and the kids, but the baby mama's taking advantage. This is what happens when people know they have kids. These female Pookies out here, you have to realize they're used to getting empathy and sympathy because they have children. Their children have been the scapegoat. Their children is how they survive. Their children have become like a hustle to them. These females, this is why they get welfare, they get food stamps, they get child support. Their children are the reason why they're able to get the things that they get. And basically she used her kids and the brother-in-law, they used those children as an excuse for y'all to empathize and sympathize. That way they will have a place to stay. Me personally, I don't care. I don't let people, I don't let my love for children, my care for children, put me in a predicament in which I'm getting used. A lot of people in America, a lot of black families, you have a lot of black families who can't come home in peace in their own house because they done took in their sister, they done took in their cousins who got kids, they done took in their brothers who got kids. Nobody wants to see children suffer. Nobody wants to see their nieces, their nephews, especially if you are a parent and you're a loving parent. And what it is, a lot of times when you are a parent, it's easy to empathize and sympathize with somebody else that is a parent. Me, on the other hand, I don't care if you have 10 children. You cannot come and stay with me. You being a parent, that's not enough an excuse for you to have to condone you having to come live with me. And what it is, your wife is looking at the children, the baby's kids, these juvenile delinquents. Keep in mind, they're going to have a lot of ways like their mama and their daddy. Because look at the people who's raising them. So these children that y'all are trying to help and be there for, these same children are going to turn around and disrespect y'all, tell up y'all shit and all of that. Because look at who's raising them. First of all, their father's not there. They don't have a man that's around to help discipline and structure them. You're not going to be able to do that but so much because you're not their father. Look at how she is. She's ghetto. She's ratchet. You think those children are not going to have those ways? The devil is a liar. And that is what a lot of people have to realize. Stop feeling so sorry for children. You got to look at who's raising those children. That's the reality of it. Because it doesn't matter how much of a heart you have and you don't want to see nobody's children in the street. These same children are going to make your life a living hell because ain't none of her kids grown. So, unfortunately, don't look like she's going to be moving out no time soon. So y'all are going to be raising children all over again. Not even so much raising children, because these ghetto ratchet females, they don't let nobody raise their children. They don't let nobody tell their children what to do. They don't let anybody discipline their children. So y'all are just going to keep accommodating her and her children. The children going to be ratchet just like their mama. I'm going to let y'all know that now. Y'all probably already seeing some ratchet ass ways in them kids. And it's bound to happen if you're not seeing it already. Like you said, your wife has a heart. And that's why y'all are getting used and taken advantage of. Y'all had to bail her out of jail. Look at all of what y'all keep doing. Y'all accommodated them with a place to stay. Them and the children. Y'all had to bail them out of jail. This is just too much. She's not woman enough to pay y'all back. I know she's not, because she's a female Pookie. She's not going to pay y'all back anything. She's not going to be responsible and pay her debts. If anything, she ain't even trying to avoid keeping her ass out of jail so y'all don't have to bail out in the first goddamn place. Y'all basically got a low value female who is stuck on y'all. And y'all are compromising y'all peace of mind and y'all, the sanity of y'all marriage, just to try to accommodate a hood rat. She doesn't help pay the bills. I know she don't. And you ready for her to go. Well, being ready for her to go and actually making her go, with all due respect, Mr. Hopeless, those are two totally different things within itself. You can be ready for her to go all you want, but until you stand up and your wife, you and your wife come together and join forces, her being ready for her to go is not going to be good enough. Y'all actually have to make her go at this point in time. I know she don't help pay no bills. Like you stated, she's always using your wife bank cards. Again, this is your wife. Empathizing and sympathizing with a hood rat because this hood rat has kids. You know, producing other hood rats. Okay, because only hood rat females could produce hood rat children. Okay, so again, this is your wife being gullible. I'm not about to give another grown woman my bank card. That's not about to happen. I'm not understanding your wife, and I get it. Some people are just very compassionate people, but at this point, she's losing all her marbles. You know, and I don't want to be disrespectful, but your wife is an idiot. I'ma just be frank. You know, it's not she's not even being compassionate at this point. She being dumb. I'm just gonna call it out. You know, hate to be disrespectful, but again, I'm not the bakery. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm gonna tell you the raw truth. She's sounding dumb at this point. And you even stated that you don't like that. You don't like what your wife is doing. Not liking it and addressing her about it and making her stop doing it. Like I said, it's two totally different things. You can not like something all you want, but until you put your foot down and you be the man and you stand up, because sounds like your wife is kind of a pushover. If other people are able to push your wife over, you need to be the one that's putting your foot down and letting your wife know, no, we not doing this no more. You not giving her bank card. We not going to have this chick still living off us, taking advantage of us and wearing us out. Sound like you're going to have to be the one at this point to put your foot down. You stated she gets comfortable and tries to get alcohol so she can get drunk. She leaves the house and never even lets y'all know. So the kids are constantly left on y'all. If we call while she's out, she'll say she's on her way for hours until the next day. Y'all basically got y'all hood rat. Y'all dealing with a female who don't give a shit about y'all, don't give a shit about her kids. She just don't give a damn because she know at the end of the day, y'all gonna let her do what the hell she wants to do, okay? Basically, she running y'all house. And basically, she running y'all marriage. This is not a good look. The husband and wives, you don't never ever let outsiders run y'all marriage and run y'all household. This is not a good look, and I blame you and your wife on this one. Cause she's running to both of y'all. You mean to tell me y'all both full grown ass adults? You a grown ass man, your wife a grown ass woman, and y'all got a grown damn daughter, and y'all are acting like y'all got no goddamn control, like y'all got no say so. Y'all are a prisoner in your own goddamn home. What the hell is the problem? Okay. You further stated, she plays victim a lot. Most users do. Most users play the victim. It's nothing but a manipulative tactic. Always blaming others for her situation. Of course, she does not take accountability. What other way she gonna be? You're at your wit's end. Not enough. You can't be at your wit's end, honey. Being at your wit's end, she would have came home and found all her children's shit and her stuff in my front yard. Because the problem is, the longer she stays there, you got to realize the way hood rats work. The longer she stays there, it's going to come a point y'all going to want to put out. And I don't know how the law is orchestrated when it comes to taking in people in your home. Especially if they're getting mail there. If they've been there over 6 months, she could actually fight y'all. And let me tell you something. These hood rats, for them to be dumb and ignorant, they smart when it comes to knowing the law. They're smart when it comes to being a scavenger and knowing how to use people and take advantage of people. This would be the same bitch that'll turn on y'all when y'all get tired of her and y'all tell her she got to go. She'll be the main one to tell you, I'm not going nowhere. She will have the balls to do it because let me tell you something. My thing is, why she can't stay with none of her family? The moment her man left her on y'all, she should have been going to her sister, her mama. The fact that no family is willing to take her in, that already lets me know y'all got a problem in y'all hands. What it sounds like, y'all may not be able to get rid of her. You better hope and pray, because let me tell you something. These hood rats, they are smart when it comes to using people. Now they dumb when it comes to being responsible and taking accountability for their own bullshit. They dumb on that part. But when it comes to using somebody, these heifers know the law. They know how long they can live off of you. They know that you just cannot put them in the streets. Y'all better act fast before this heifer gets stuck on y'all. And I'm guarantee you, as ignorant as she is, she knows how to manipulate to get what she wants. And the sad part is, probably by the time you and your wife do figure it out and y'all decide to join forces, she already gonna have a one-up on y'all. Y'all not gonna be able to just throw her away and get rid of her like that, because like I said, the laws are different. They'll tell you in some states that if your guest is getting mail in your house and they've been there over 6 months and stuff, that you just can't put them out like that. So y'all better be very careful. The longer y'all let her stay there, the harder it's going to be for y'all to get her out. And y'all going to be prisoners of y'all own home. Y'all going to have to move and all kind of shit. It's going to be a lot y'all going to have to do to get rid of her if it's not too late. I feel like a better male in my own home. You are a better male. I'm just going to be frank. You're not running shit. You're not running nothing. And that's sad because the stuff that your wife is doing, I wouldn't have the balls to do with my husband. I wouldn't have the balls to just step over him and impose on him and allow my family to just live off of him and he gets stressed out or overwhelmed. So you're right. You are a better male at this point because you're not running anything. But based on what you're telling me, you're not running anything. You're not running nothing. You got two women running over you. Your wife running over you. And your brother-in-law, Pookie girlfriend, she running all over you too. Where is your balls? I need you to find your balls. And I'm not talking about the balls on the Christmas tree. I need you to find your real scrotum sack. I need you to find you some balls because you don't have any. Okay? And I hate to be a bitch and disrespect you, but this is some weak... This is some weak, low level, better male, you know. This is just a hot ass mess. You're not controlled. You're supposed to be the man of the house, and it don't sound like you're the man of the house. It just sounds like you're the provider. You're not the man of the house. You're the provider. You're the one that's just paying the bills. Other than that, you don't have a say-so. Not a good look, Mr. Hopeless. I was trying to help her by agreeing to let her stay, knowing it wasn't going to be good. Okay, again, I do appreciate the fact, Mr. Hopeless, that you are all holding yourself accountable. But that's not good enough. You knowing it was going to be a bad idea, but yet you decided to take a chance and have her live with y'all. That's your fault. And your wife fault. Because y'all already knew what the hell y'all was signing up for. Her background is hell. Big problem. She's from a family full of drug users, crack cocaine, whatever. That's why she has to stay with y'all. Even her family is unstable. She's argumentative and doesn't use reasoning, of course. Because she's ratchet. She's a hood rat. She's a strag. Of course she's not going to reason. You got your hood bug. She gets offended easily when told how she is moving. She don't feel, first of all, you're dealing with a hood rat. She don't feel like she got to take any of your constructive criticism, any of your advice. Most hood rats don't. They don't listen. She don't care about none of what you got to say, Mr. Hopeless. All she cares about is you accommodating her and her children with a place to stay and the fact that she can leave her kids on y'all any goddamn time she pleases. It's not about listening to y'all. It's about using y'all. She acts so immature for 30 years of age. Well, of course, you're not dealing with a woman. You're dealing with a child. Just because somebody's 30 years age does not make a person an adult. It does not make them a woman. It does make them a hood rat. All teens of her family enjoy her company because she acts like a ghetto teenager that's not quite so bright. Yeah, of course the teens they in the family loved being in her company because she's on the same level as they are. She's not a woman. You're dealing with a strag. You're dealing with a overgrown hood rat. So who evidently she thinks she's still young herself. She thinks she's on a level of young people. But I find it funny how she thinks she's such a woman, but at the same time, she's not handling her business as a woman. She can't even keep a place to stay for her and her kids without having to live off of y'all. This is the psyche of a woman that sounds very damaged. She sounds like she has a lot of psychological issues. Y'all basically are way in over y'all head with this type of female. It just sounds like y'all got y'all work cut out for y'all. She always say somebody is helping her with this and that, but nothing comes through. Yeah, again, because she's in denial. She's one of them ones. She's going to keep feeding y'all lies. She's going to keep telling y'all and making y'all think she's doing this, she's doing that, and she's trying to get it together. She ain't doing shit. She just basically blowing smoke up y'all ass. That's all she's doing, and she's going to continue to do it. It just gives her more time and gives us a sense of hope that she's moving out. And all it is just straight lies. You stated she's toxic. If you don't mind, could you share your insight on this in general platform? No, I'm not the only one who's going through this. Okay, so basically, I'm gonna just tell you straight like this. Bottom line is, y'all gonna have to get rid of this problem ASAP. And at this point, like I said, you're dealing with a hood rat. You cannot reason with hood rats. The average grown man, the average black man will tell you, you cannot reason with a hood rat. Even the average black woman, I'm telling you, you cannot reason with a hood rat. There's no making no sense. You cannot make an agreement with the hood rat. What y'all gonna have to do is you and your wife is gonna have to join forces, and y'all gonna have to get rid of this broad. What's gonna have to happen is, one of these days when she steps out or she leaves or whatever, you're gonna have to rent your U-Haul truck. You're going to have to know what I would do. I wouldn't rent. So, well, I guess it depends on how much stuff she got. What you need to do is get a storage, and whatever little bit of things she have, which sounds like she doesn't have much. You need to go ahead and put her things in storage. You need to start cleaning her house out. You need to start cleaning your house out by getting rid of her things. Put her things in storage. This is what I would do. And I would definitely let her know that she's going to have to get out of my house. I would let her know she got 24 hours. I wouldn't tell her she got a week. I wouldn't tell her she got 2-3 days. I will go ahead, because at this point you already paying for every goddamn thing. So what I would do is, like I said, I would put her stuff in storage. If she decides not to keep up with the storage bill or whatever, they'll put her shit out. Okay, I will put her stuff in storage. That's the first thing or whatever. Secondly, go find one of those extended stay hotels. You can find one in the hood somewhere. It don't have to be no extravagant, the Sheraton or anything like that. Because y'all are already paying a lot of money. So at this point, you might as well pay to get rid of the problem. Sometimes you got to come out your pocket to get rid of the problem. Because she's not going to be woman enough to pay for her own hotel. She's not going to be woman enough to leave and get a place for her and her children. Y'all already providing for her anyway. So you might as well go ahead and fit the bill for an extensive stay room. And what I would do is go find one. You may have to pay like $150 or $200 for her kids to go there. Now you can also, because the hood rat is smart, hood rats, that they're not going to easily go with what you want, because she's pretty much going to be smart and knows that you're trying to get rid of her. She's going to know that once y'all probably get rid of her, y'all are not going to open the door again for her to come back. So probably what I would do is you and your wife will have to join forces. Y'all may have to come together and come up with a lie and say that y'all are going to be moving, and you don't want to inconvenience her with y'all move. So y'all going to go ahead and pay for her an extensive stay hotel. That way, you know, she's already situated by the time y'all move. Y'all might have to lie to this broad and make her think that y'all moving. Hopefully she don't know so much of y'all business to know that y'all homeowners or whatever. But even if y'all are homeowners, y'all can say that y'all are getting ready to sell y'all house. If y'all got to go so far as to put up fake for sale signs just to let this bitch think that y'all really are going to sell y'all house, y'all got to get rid of the house. You got to, when it come to dealing with a hood rat, you got to take some extreme measures, because again, these bras are smart. They are manipulators. They always thinking 20 steps ahead of y'all. They like to play dumb when it comes to regular stuff, but when it comes to being evil and vindictive and using somebody, they know how to use all their common sense then. So basically, like I said, there's a couple of alternatives. I would make her think that I'm going to sell my house. I would make her think that we are moving. And one thing about hood rats, you can also say this, because she has gotten accustomed to the fact that y'all will provide for her, that y'all will look out for her and her kids. So what y'all got to do is, y'all got to make her think y'all looking out for her best interest. You feel me? You and your wife, y'all gonna have to be on the same team. If your wife on some sucker shit and want to still help this broad because she's so concerned about the children, then it's not gonna work. But you as the man, you gonna have to tell your wife, you can't ask her. You gonna have to tell her no, she got to go. If not, then your ass gonna have to go with her. You can't ask your wife anything at this point. You have to tell her. You've gone along with what your wife wanted. And has it helped you? No. Has it helped y'all? No. So at this point, you got nothing to lose telling your wife, ain't no asking. I'm telling you, she getting out of here. This is my plan, and you going along with it. I have allowed you to have your way with your brother. He left us here with this burden. I have allowed her to stay here, and she's maxing out your bank cards. At this point, you're not calling the shots anymore. When my husband puts me in a corner and lets me know I'm not calling the shots no more, guess what? I know I'm at this point, I'm not calling the shots anymore. You're going to have to let your wife know she does not call the shots anymore from here on out. Y'all going to have to come together, sit down, and make this girl think that y'all trying to do something to help her. So the first thing is, like I said, you got to get a hotel. Let her see the receipt that you done paid for it. Let her know, make her think that if y'all don't sell a house within a certain amount of time, you know, that y'all will let her come back. Let her know that you're going to continue to pay for her hotel as long as she needs it. And again, you're going to have to lie. Because the hood rat is not going to leave if she feels like you're not going to help her out. She's going to come with all kind of excuses. Well, I'm not going to be able to keep paying for the hotel. You're going to have to lie and make it seem like you're going to keep helping her. The main thing is you got to lie to get her ass out of there, whatever it takes. Once she's out your house, then y'all already have won the battle. So go ahead and get her a hotel. Let her know that you're going to fit the bill as long as she's there. Now, mind you, when she's been there for a week or whatever, she's going to have the balls to call you back because that's the type of bitch you're dealing with. She's going to have the balls, me and my kids, we going to get put out because I can't afford to pay for the next week. Well, at this point, you know, I thought I was going to be able to help you. She been lying to y'all. So what's wrong with y'all lying to her? You can go back on your word. Hell, your brother-in-law did it. She done went back on her word. She done lied to y'all 1,000 times, making it seem like she was going to move out. She done lied to y'all, making it seem like she got plan A, plan B, and ain't had nothing going. So y'all going to have to do the same thing. You going to have to, at this point, it's about getting her out of there. Okay? You don't want to pay the hotel, depending on, you know, if you up for the challenge. You and your wife may have to come together and let her know. If y'all don't want to pay for the hotel, y'all gonna have to drop off at a homeless shelter. Because at this point, don't let her play mind games. Because what the hood rat gonna do, well, I can apply for housing. I'm gonna put myself on the waiting list. She gonna come up with 1,000 goddamn lies. At this point, I think the first plan that I gave y'all would be the best plan at this point. Go ahead and rent a room and go ahead and pay for it. And let her believe that you're going to continue to keep helping her out. Because again, she has to believe that y'all are going to be moving. She has to believe that y'all are not going to be staying at your house anymore. Because one thing about hood rats, they don't want to stay with somebody who ain't going to have a place to stay. Okay? So as long as you make her think that y'all are not going to be there, that y'all got to move, that the house is up for sale, you know, whatever, then that's the most likely she's not going to want to be there. Because now she knows, damn, the freeload and the gravy train is about to depart the station. If they got to move, I know I can't stay here. But again, when it comes to dealing with the hood rat, you cannot threaten the hood rat. You have to go by actions. They got to see that you mean what you say. You can't call a hood rat bluff. Hood rats don't go on bluff. You got to mean what you say what you mean. You and your wife got to be on the same accord. You got to get this brought out y'all house, okay? Again, you need to be the man. You need to take control and regulate the situation. Doesn't sound like you're regulating anything. Sounds like you got your wife regulating you and you got the hood rat regulating you. Like I said, you're going to have to grow some balls. And y'all making it harder than what it is. It's not that hard. It shouldn't be hard to tell another adult, I want you to get out my home. Stop feeling sorry for her because she has kids. Let me tell you something. Them same kids will turn around and disrespect y'all ass because they see how their mom is able to disrespect y'all and y'all stand there and take it. Y'all are creating a monster. Before the monster gets any bigger than what it is, y'all need to rid the problem. So anyway, people in my comment, if you have any more suggestions for Mr. Hopeless, please, put it in the comment. or whatever. But I just think that's the best bet. You know, there a hood rat, you got to buy a hood rat off. You know, money is like bug repellent to a hood rat. You know, once you give them money, that's the only way they're gonna leave. And I don't mean put money in her hand, meaning you got to go rent her room, pay for it for that week, and make her think that you're going to continue to keep paying it. That way she's comfortable enough to leave. And I'm sure she'll probably believe that y'all will continue to pay for it, because y'all been paying for everything all this time. But y'all got to make her think that y'all are going to move. If you got to buy a fake for sale sign, if you got to pay somebody to pretend that they're going to buy the home, make sure they come in there when she's there, make them sign a fake contract like they're going to purchase the house within a couple of days. That way to her, it's like a reality, like, oh shit, they really is gonna sell a house, they really is gonna have somebody moving in. You got to be dirty. You got to think 20 steps ahead of these low life hood rats. And your brother-in-law, I done totally just lost all respect for him, because he had no right leaving us broad on y'all. And I wouldn't have nothing else to ever do with him in life after I get rid of his baggage. So anyway, y'all, leave y'all comment below for Mr. Helpless if y'all got any suggestions. Mr. Hopeless, I really hope that you have learned from this experience, and you avoid at all costs of ever getting yourself in this type of situation again. And you do need to cash at me at DymondGyrl, DymondGyrl at yahoo.com if you still have any further questions pertaining to this particular situation here. So anyway, y'all, I'm going to get ready to shut it down. And again, to all my family out there, please stay away from these freeloading Pookies and Ray Rays and Peaches and Nay Nays. Anyway, y'all, I'm out. This your Diva and Knowledge. Remember, I'm going to always pour you a cup of truth, and I'm going to always break you off a slice of knowledge. Y'all take care. Stay blessed.